What is up, most YouTubians? How are you all doing? So today the plan is to go and destroy the SCA's station, their Maja Dust factory stationary complexy thing. Hopefully we can do that without losing our whole fleet. So hopefully there's going to be a bit of fun, a bit of explosions, and all that good stuff. So remember, if you like what you see, to smash that like and subscribe button like they owe you money. Alright then, let's get on with it. Okay, so it's future me here doing a voiceover. This was done late last night, and it was too late for me to be, you know, screaming around my microphone. So as you can see, we have started off our attack on the SCA Spacey Weed No Maja Dust Factory. I did want to get rid of the rear two defense bridges. Currently firing heavy torpedoes. I think I've had an issue. I'm not too sure. I need to check it out properly, but I think there's like an issue between the range of the torpedo and the lifespan of the torpedo. It's like the lifespan isn't giving enough, doesn't last long enough for it to have the full 17, I believe, kilometers for the heavy torpedo. So there is me waiting patiently. Probably 3 may have been an overkill on these defense platforms. I'm not too sure. Next time I do try to take down a station, I want to experiment with their docks first. I think the drones are coming out of their docks. At least that's what it looks like from here. Right now I'm just trying to find out all their turrets. But I think at this angle I wasn't at a good angle, because most of them are like on the sides of the Maja Dust towers. I don't know why I'm just standing here looking pretty in space. Obviously, yeah, waiting for the cooldowns of the torpedoes. This is why I wanted more than one, just to speed things up. But then I couldn't have them all as torpedoes, because obviously I was going to get into a couple of scraps with the drones. So I am trying my best to remove the turrets, mostly the tracking turrets. Those things, they spam out missiles like there is no tomorrow, literally one after the other, and they wreck. They will totally wreck a destroyer. So that is what I was trying to do. I was trying to snipe out most of them. However, it didn't really work out. This was my first take last night when I had my Odysseus was equipped and repaired. And I also got 5 Pulsars for it. So this was my first take with them in our group or our fleet. So yeah, all of those drones are a little too much for me to take on my own in the Nemesis with, well, even if I had full the repeaters or the blasters or whatever the hell they're called, weapons. They are quite a pain to hit. So I'm still trying to get the turrets. This is one of those moments where I wish we had the little remote viewing camera to the top right, like we did in previous X games. However, at the same time, how could you even have that sort of remote viewing without having like a drone camera somewhere around there? So, you know, from a sort of realistic point of view, I can see why you wouldn't have it. I mean, it's enough even hitting on F3 to look at what you are targeting. that is also a little bit too much. You know, I wouldn't really. It doesn't seem like it's something that could ever exist. I mean, say if you had a screen in your cockpit where you can zoom in, then yeah, fair enough. You know, like the old Star Trek series where they would zoom in on a ship or something. They would bring it up on screen and just zoom in. So if we had that, then yeah, that would be pretty damn neat. I did have to keep everything a fair distance away, because if they started to go against the drones, they'll move a little bit more forwards and a little bit more forwards, and then they'll end up right in the station's turrets and everything, and that would have been an absolute mess. It was enough that we did have a couple of them venturing towards the station. I have no idea why. So off camera I did 2 station missions. I believe 2 of which I get paid during this, I'm not too sure. Set up another trader or 2 for the Antigon's ship wharf. Well, then shipyard, because it's in the same sector.
Defense drone.
Yeah, I know. I launched a light torpedo at these idiots. Because why not? Fun and games. But those were the only 2 that they sent out at the time. I don't know why. I saw far more when I was up near the corner. So perhaps I ended up out of range where it wasn't a threat. I'm not too sure. So yeah, that was my whole intention, removing as many turrets as I could. I could have tried the whole mine thing again, laying down mines on them and so on and so forth, but I don't know, I saw that kind of the dirty, exploity. Yeah, I'm just flipping around trying to find the ones that are actually facing me and shooting them. So the first bit is kind of chill, a little too chill. I'm pretty sure you guys are waiting for all the action to start. And at the same time, I'm trying to look after my fleet. I think I would have been really, really upset had I lost Pulsars, to be honest, because they were the pain to get. Well, they were the ones that took long to get due to the wharf shenanigans. I mean, a Behemoth or an Odysseus, they're pretty easy to go and pick up. I mean, if especially well, the Odysseus, if there is somewhere in the HOP sector, like if in a quiet sector, it's kind of hard to spot one. So I think I was lucky with that Odysseus that I have. That was in one of the innermost territories of the HOP. There wasn't any fighters or anything around. That was pretty damn easy to get. So yeah, I'm just trying to get a line of sight from, from where we're firing our torpedoes from. Because some of them are behind the turret, some of them are behind the little ridges and center bits of the Maja Dust Station modules. And yeah, I'm trying to bait the drones towards our fleet. Why not? So I really wanted to set the fleet up all nice and neat, but it is impossible. You do a fly to command, they either fly halfway towards it, overshoot it by a couple of miles. The formations, I'm not seeing them actually holding formations. So it was quite messy. I did want to have them all nice in a nice little line. Show them off. So I did 5 pulsars per battleship, not per destroyer. I had my own pulsar with a Nodan or whatever, the small thingy, small little fighter. I only got that because I wanted to try my luck to get a higher starred pilot for one of the traders. Unfortunately that didn't happen. So he ended up guarding my personal Pulsar.
Joining squad.
I did equip the 5 Pulsars that are with the Odysseus with the light, the spirally missiles. However, I never noticed them actually use them against the drones. As you can see, the Pulsar, that my personal Pulsar is using the shotguns that were just flying past me. I think there was a lot of crossfire at some point. So again, just trying to draw them close to our fleet. Unfortunately, I didn't do a good job on the turrets of the station. Loads of missiles flying everywhere. I don't know if they are just not nimble enough or just not fast enough. This is why I wanted something very nimble and very light on our fighters, which is why I gave them the spirally missiles, as I thought, you know, they're going to be pretty damn fast. I didn't even notice them using them on the drones. And yeah, right now I was in tears, seeing my hull being blown to pieces, hiding under an Odysseus. And I think this is where all the crossfire was happening. And yeah, I nearly shooting my own ships. I mean, the smart missiles are good because if the target is destroyed, they'll find another target. But they are just so slow. It's like there's not anti-fighter missile because they're just all really slow. But then I guess obviously you can't have the perfect weapon. I did have a few drones on the destroyers. Defense drones, that is. They had a couple of repair drones, that is for sure. So I'm going to start again to look for the turrets. Try to take some out with our torpedoes. I'm using the light torpedoes now. So I'm trying to get an angle on that one because it's in a weird angle. Those 2 Pulsars are feeling a little bit too adventurous. And it was me probably swearing at the time, like, what the are you doing? Why are you going there? I did not tell you to do this. Right now I should have actually used the travel mode, which, yeah, there I go. I should have used the travel mode quite a lot sooner than now. should have gotten there way before. So with the combat engines, I've noticed that you can pretty much get your shovel mode to spool up instantly. So far quicker than the other engines. So yeah, now I've got all the drones coming out. Don't have much time to do stuff versus the tires, but I did get off a torpedo there. The Pulsars do tend to have a long, like I would call it like a bombing run, or you know, they need to take a lot of distance before they start their like head-on shooty thingy dogfighting stuff. Well, perhaps it's not the Pulsars, perhaps it's just the AI, the way the AI is, I'm not sure. There they go. They are. I don't know what they were actually targeting, if it was a part of the station or a turret. I have noticed that the defense drones from the station attacking us, if they were going against one of our destroyers, they actually target the surface components. They literally remove the surface components first.
We're taking hits.
Which I thought was pretty damn interesting. Yeah, I should have just launched the torpedo straight away. And they've ordered a rebuild of some stuff by the looks of it. They have the wear storage thing. If you can notice right here, the missiles are going right towards that red target. There is nothing there. There is nothing at all there. It's the target of the station is in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why those missiles are just heading, you know, towards that and not a surface target on the station itself. Even the AI, if their turrets weren't on attack my target, it was just attack enemies, you would see that they're shooting towards that empty space. Turrets at least. So I'm continuing just to get rid of a number of these turrets, trying to make life easier for our fighters and our destroyers. That was one of the things that was sort of upsetting, and that I couldn't tell anyone to target a surface target, you know, a surface turret. And there's the missile spam coming up on the turret over there to our Odysseus, which didn't please me at all. And we have lost one Behemoth already due to the missile spam. I am 100% sure of that it was due to the missile spam.
We're taking hits.
Station mission is also completed. That poor Behemoth. That was a very sad sight to see that Behemoth like that. And we lost the Pulsar as well. Aye, fair enough. I wasn't expecting to come out of this 100% zero losses. But I definitely should have done a better job on the turrets, especially those tracking turrets. Now, as you can see, they have rebuilt the defense bridge. I wasn't happy. They built that pretty damn fast, or they repaired it, I guess repaired it, not built. And again, the missiles there just flying around that target. going absolutely nowhere. Don't know why they just don't lock onto a turret. There it is, that's the invisible bridge there. I'm still trying to look for these turrets. That was my main focus, is just turrets. As you can see, I think one of our Pulsars did use their spirally, missile-y things on the bridge at the back there. It was nice to see. Yeah, you couldn't hit that turret like that from under there. There's some more of them missiles. It looks like they used it like a bombing run kind of style. But like I said, I didn't see them actually use them versus the drones, so I don't know. It's a shame they didn't actually target a surface turret. I think they didn't. I'm not sure though. Yeah, they were totally letting all of those missiles out on the station. So they had 2 tracking launchers, and to build the max capacity that they could hold was 22 missiles.
Maja Dust Factory.
So now it's pretty damn quiet. There are no more drones, no more turrets. Well, actually there are
Hey,
more
will you
drones out
stop
there.
firing?
I'm trying to sort out the wings. I forgot that I already have them with me as a wing, I believe. And this is the best way that I've found to target and destroy a station, is by, in the map, hit T on the thing you want to destroy, right click on the wing that you're in, and attack my target. You can queue this up, as you'll see I'm doing. So with all of those sorted out, there you go, that is the queue. And then I just let them do their thing. I know there's still a couple of drones running around. They probably killed something. But I was just hoping that our destroyers' turrets would probably just take them out. But that poor Behemoth down there, that is a real sad sight to see. I was pretty upset with that, just, you know, because everything went somewhat well, and then we see that one destroyer there. That's the Pulsars sending off those missiles. Pretty nice to watch. So we just killed off thousands of the SCA living here. I believe those mushroomy looking things are the living quarters. I could be wrong. Checking out the damage on the Odysseus. Looks like our 2 large launchers, 2 large tracking launchers were destroyed. I did want to set these turrets up, the small or the small turrets, medium turrets, set them up for like anti-fighter kind of things. Hopefully they'll do a better job versus the drones. I didn't want to go with beams because beams are hardly doing any damage at all, even though they are quite accurate. So those missiles, those are smart missiles. That one actually launched them towards that structure and not just to the overall station itself. The overall station itself was that red target that you saw there floating around in the middle of space doing nothing. I'll be from the Osprey. Osprey has got two main weapons are shotties, and my gun is having a fit. It does not know what to aim at right now.
You've had it now.
That Behemoth though.
Order completed.
So for this, the SCA destroying my stolen Behemoth from the SCA, they will suffer greatly. They need to go and steal another three Behemoths for killing my single Behemoth.
Pulsar, Vanguard.
Here you're going to see the long distance that the Pulsar actually flies to before it attempts its attack run. Now I don't know why it has to fly out so far before it starts its attack run. Now I know it's not the Pulsar, it's probably the AI. I don't think it's due to the ship itself. Something interesting has caught the attention of these Pulsars, and this really made me laugh. Like, not that bit. It's coming up. This is a nice view of these Pulsars, so I like this. Just watching them do their thing, flying off. I was like, where the hell are they going? What are they going after? Now remember, these were all set to defend me and then just to attack the station modules. But something way over here caught their attention. And all of these crates, I wish I had something to pick all of these crates up with. Poor Behemoth down there, all in grey. And this is this is the godlike SCA, one of the SCA civilian ships. Just does not want to die at all. We probably killed one of our own just to try to get it. Yeah, we did actually kill one of our own there. Crossfire. As you can see, all our bullets are going straight through this poor little thing. And I'm like, what in the hell is it? Is this some new secret weapon? Can I board it? Can I have it? But no, it was just one of the civilian ships fleeing for its poor life. I think it was, at least. Was it a drone? It's like a drone, I think. But anyway, all my ships are saying, WTF man, why isn't this thing dying? When are we getting paid? And where is our coffee? So yeah, obviously that is a bug, and I finally decided, you know what, I think I should just teleport out of the sector. Might be one of my best ideas I've had yet.
You're pathetic, young red sign.
So first I thought perhaps it might work just by distance. If I distance myself enough, perhaps the models themselves, they won't be rendered. And therefore act as if you're like out of sector, but you're not. But then I thought, better just teleport all the way out of the sector. And then we teleport back again.
No
There it was, peace and quiet, and loads of boxes in the space, the universe sky. I mean, this dude, he's like, he had nothing wrong. And then I remembered that they have that container getting the wares to either rebuild, so it does look quite poor. I don't know why it stayed in grey though, and sort of selectable on this interface here. You can select it still. So since I've done this, I haven't been in game yet, so I haven't let it run or let it play out to see if it's going to despawn or do something. And here I am, I'm just checking out our losses. Like I said, we had 5 pulsars per group. I believe we only lost 2 pulsars and 1 behemoth. Probably a number of drones if they actually use them, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been in game yet. This was done last night, and after I sorted it all out, I went to bed smiling, which was 6 in the morning. But it doesn't end here. No, it does not end here. Look what walks out of the bleeding gate on its way to either rebuild. It's probably going to try to rebuild that again. And I was like, nah, you know, this is not happening. I was like, dude, move, thank you. So I go to check this dude out to see what its command is. I was hoping to see if a command like, I don't know, build an SCA base kind of thing, but it turned out just to be fly to. And there I was crying. We should be picking all of this stuff up and selling it. Look at all of this stuff, all of these profits, just doing nothing. And more profits, and even more profits. So next time I do know what I'm going to do. I am going to have a transport of some sort with a number of cargo drones and have it pick stuff up. But like I said, it doesn't end here. So yes, I did overshoot the Albatross by a couple of miles because I was distracted looking at the map, looking at our poor state of our pulses, poor things. So we did come up to it. We do give it a good scanning, as you know, give it a pause and give it a scan. But it was quite clear that it wanted to rebuild or do something for the SCA, and there's the autosave telling me, you know what you should be doing right now? You know what is gonna happen now, right? Well, the first bit was, you are not gonna build if you do not have materials to build with. You can't target these and launch a torpedo at them. I don't know if that would work with a missile, but look at all of these beautiful crates just popping out everywhere. And then I was thinking, like, if we catch NPCs, even if they're allies and we are in their territory, if we go around destroying these and picking up all the stuff, do we get rep loss? So if you've done that, tell me. Leave it in the boxy down in the below there. Have you been stealing their loot from their cargoes, or stealing their, yes, something like that, stealing the cargoes for loot? I mean, there is a lot of stuff here. There is a hell of a lot of stuff that we could have picked up. And I was like, so what are you gonna do now? Are you going to stay? Are you going to keep on trying to build? Go away? Shoo? Don't make me do this to you.
Container. Container. Container.
I mean, alright, there's...
Container.
Well, looking at the
Container.
amounts now,
Container.
but there's still a lot of stuff that we could have picked up. So there I was, I said, well, you come here. And looking around for my others, the others. I told these guys, or you come over here as well, please. If I can find myself. I always get lost. Now I do have issues boarding,
Albatross.
which you guys will end up seeing, but I'm gonna give you a quick, you know, tell you how or why. What happens is, when I have troop transports in a wing, the leader of that wing, if he has troops on them, he doesn't set them to board. He doesn't let them out. He flies off to it in a distance and stays there. He keeps the boarding command going. So you're at the stage where it says defend boarding pods pretty much constantly, whilst your other Marines, they are already on there boarding the ship and probably getting themselves killed, because the ones that you are missing would have done a massive difference. So I do have that issue in this one. I did try this. The same setup was also done on the Odysseus that we captured last time. The same thing happened. He didn't let out his Marines. So I think next time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have my troop transporters tied to me as a wing, and then issue the boarding command. So yeah, we get rid of their turrets. Looks like we got some of these numpties wanting to come and help out. So we get them sorted out. I make sure no one is going to shoot the snot out of our constructor, including my own turrets. And the rest is just a waiting game of getting its hull down, getting a number of its crew down, and boarding it. So we've got the hull down to 50%. I start to issue the commands, like to set them up in a wing. So I'm putting Odysseus, our troop transporter. He's got a load of Marines with him, and Minotaur is also full of, well, not full of Marines. They have like 10 Marines each. But our leader, our troop transport 1, he would just fly off to the distance, keep the command of boarding, does not put himself in a position to board, and does not attempt the whole boarding process. And yes, there's a pest of a drone that attempts to do this twice with me. And yeah, that Minotaur, he just flies off, stays there, does nothing.
Awaiting orders.
So here we are, issuing the board command. So I always tell them to keep their distance, and I want to go with everything that we have. So that second one, I always keep it as medium, and that's it. Now, as you can see, it's very low. The risk is very low. But due to that first troop transport 1 not sending off his Marines, that low became pretty damn risky.
Pod launched. Moving to target.
So there goes our first. Those two pods are from the ship that was just beaming it. For once, our Helios is doing what it's told. But we get nothing
Steady.
from our first, from our lead. So then I just find that Minotaur that does not want to launch anything and tell him, okay mate, you can go on strike. We remove that order. The boarding up, as you just heard, has started. And then we just wait on the edge of my seat. Is this going to work? Is this not going to work? I keep on hammering away at that hull. Trying my best to get those crew members to bail out, to give our Marines a better chance. And then after a year of sitting here in anticipation, they finally capture it, which was pretty damn sweet. And there I was, all happy and festive like, that we just acquired our first constructor. There is that pain in the neck with a crew of 15 out of 16. And I go and say, you silly little thing, and smack it in the ass. So next time somebody disobeys an order, they are getting a torpedo in the head. Unfortunately, I did not have any torpedoes available, so it survived for now. Anyway, my awesome peoples, I obviously saved this progress. This was all in one take. I was upset for losing a Behemoth and especially 2 Pulsars. I was pretty upset with losing the 2 Pulsars, I have to say. Or was it 3? I lost mine, and I think there was 1 in 2 groups. So it could have been 3 Pulsars. So yeah, I was pretty upset. But there it is. I kept that playthrough. That was like the one, my first attempt at that night. And as we captured this dude, I was like, you know what? Perhaps it's worth losing a Behemoth and 3 Pulsars. And look at all of those escape pods. I did try to capture an escape pod, but you can't capture escape pods. It's a damn shame, because I was hoping to get a couple of skilled people. There was a passenger on this constructor with 3 stars in morale and nothing else, who ended up being the pilot. There's me looking very upset at that Minotaur. And that's the state of our fleet. I have a lot of repairing to do. A lot. And I just set them up again in their groups, and so on and so forth, get them positioned, and that is that. So my awesome YouTubians, I do hope that this was somewhat of a distraction and that you've killed some time with me today. If you have, remember to smash that like and subscribe button like they owe you money. Please remember to leave any suggestions, comments, thoughts, and the direction that you want this game to go in the box in the down there. I have no idea what orders I am giving these people right now, but it seems to be working, I think. Anyway, for now, I'm going to say take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.